Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my February TBR, which I'm so excited for. I did so much better with reading than I had thought I would in January because I read so little in December, but if I do say so myself, I have been killing it this month. So I have just been really excited about reading and reading what is on my shelves. So I have like a pretty big stack of books. I will say that on top of just like, you know, my typical TBR, there's also a really amazing readathon going on this month hosted by Jessie or Bow Ties and Books here on BookTube. I will have their channel link down below as well as the announcement video that they posted for the blackathon. This is, I believe, the third round that Jessie has put on, and it is literally spectacular. They have done so much incredible work, and there are a ton of awesome, cool teams. I, however, just have a problem committing to one team. I think that there's like a science fiction and fantasy, a contemporary, and then a thriller team. And I have really been wanting to get more into thrillers, and I just haven't gotten the chance to. So I definitely need to go hit up some bookstores and see what I can find, or even like on my library app. I will say I have both the dogs in here, so if you hear licking noises, it's coming from them. But on top of the blackathon, it is Black History Month, so I have just been wanting to read more literature and new and emerging authors, especially Black authors. So that is a big goal of mine this month, and I am going to be doing a book haul probably like mid-February of just a ton of books that I have gotten recently that I'm super excited about. And yeah, so I'm going to just kind of show you, not all of these books necessarily are going to get read, but like I said, I do want to participate in the blackathon this year, and I can't commit to one team. So I just have I think the majority are from Team Contemporary and Team Science Fiction and Fantasy. As far as thrillers go, I don't own many thrillers at all, so I need to look more into that, but I think one of them might be considered a thriller. I don't know. We'll see. So this is going to be in no particular order. Again, I'm not saying I'm going to finish all these books, but they're just ones that I would like to read in February. So I will say too, while I'm grabbing these books, that a lot of my most anticipated books are or were coming out in February, and then on top of that, my birthday is in February, and for my birthday every year, it's a very standard default gift of just receiving books. So I will definitely have like other new books that I'm getting in at the same time, and I might prioritize those. I definitely want to try and prioritize these though. So all right, so the first two are ones that have been well, an author that has been on my shelf for quite some time, and this is Cassandra Clare. I wanted to get this out of the way because I feel like I talk about Cassandra Clare on my channel a lot, but I have been meaning to read Clockwork Prince for so long, but then I also had picked up City of Ashes because people told me that the Mortal Instruments series gets better. Now I'm not probably going to read both of these this month. I think I'm just going to pick one. You guys will probably see at my wrap up, or maybe in a reading vlog, which one I decide on. But I feel like I'm leaning a little bit towards Clockwork Prince because if you guys have seen Teen Wolf, the guy who plays Isaac, I think his name is Max in real life, I don't know, but he narrates the final book for the audiobook on Audible, maybe? Who knows? I love the sound of his voice, so I kind of have to get to that pretty soon. So I don't I don't think I'm going to read City of Ashes. I think I might prioritize Clockwork Prince so that I can get to Clockwork Princess and enjoy it. But we'll see. I don't know. It's up in the air right now, you know. All right. Next book is one that is actually releasing in the month of February. This was an early copy of it, and I still haven't read it, and I'm determined to read it before it releases. I think it releases on February 16th or the 13th. The Gilded Ones by Anamina Forna. This is, first of all, a beautiful paperback edition, and I haven't really been into fantasy lately. I don't know why. I don't know what has taken away from it. I think both the Poppy Wars and then I started reading Misery by Stephen King have like pulled me in a different genre direction. So I don't know if that will continue or if I can get back into fantasy this month. But it's definitely something I want to get to just because I've had it for so long. And I can't believe that I got an early edition and I never ended up reading it. But it does sound really, really intriguing. And I want to read it. The next book I'm really excited about is Call Me By Your Name by Andre Osman. And I bought this like a week ago. I have never read the book or seen the movie Call Me By Your Name with Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer. I do know that I really respect Luca Guadagnino, who directed the movie. I really appreciate him as a director, and I have watched a lot of his films just because I love his decisions as a director. And then also Sufjan Stevens, I believe, was the composer for the movie, and I know that I was watching the Oscars a couple years back, I believe, and I believe he won Best Composition for the movie, or if it was just the one song Mystery of Love, I'm not sure. But I love how I know more about like the film aspect of it. But I don't know, I'm really excited. I have not really read a book like this before, like a heart-wrenching romance. I feel like all the romance I read is like very like superficial, like it's just like they bumped heads in an elevator and fell in love, like that type of deal. But I've never read a romance novel that like people talk that like it destroys them and makes them cry. So I'm excited, very excited actually. I have some fantasy books on this list, actually quite a few fantasy books. So I'm gonna try and run through them. The first is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This was the Owl Crate edition, which is beautiful. It is dark green, it screams beauty. And this is a Romeo and Juliet reimagining set in Tokyo or Shanghai. Shanghai in the 1920s. Super exciting for this one. I'm pretty sure that this was like on the New York Times bestselling list for like weeks last year, and I never got around to it. Next is one I'm so excited for, and that is The Deep by Rivers Solomon. I talked about this in my reading vlog. I talked about quite a few of these in my 24-hour reading vlog, but I'm just so deeply excited about them. Get it? But I am really, really excited for this one. I think it's only about 150 pages, and I also know that the audiobook for it is only like 4 hours long, so I definitely am gonna read this month. I just know it's gonna happen. And this book has a lot of themes of like Afrofuturism and like different like fantastical themes of Black history and folklore, which I'm kind of excited. The main pitch for it, or like idea, at least that I can grasp for it, is that the descendants of pregnant African slave women thrown overboard by slave owners became merpeople. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I have heard so many things about this book recently, and I've had it for quite some time, and honestly I'm ready to get into it. We are following the story of Achilles and Patroclus. We're gonna go with that. I believe it's a story of friendship and possible romance, and I will let you guys know how I like it. Next book is one I should have finished a very, very, very long time ago, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I already have the second book for it, and I believe the third one came out recently too. This is just like a YA fantasy novel. I don't even really know what it's about, and I'm pretty sure I'm like 50 pages in. I think it's just like the trope idea concept of like magic getting taken away, and then there's somebody with magic and they gotta keep it on the DL. I could be botching this whole thing. I swear I suck at synopsises and summaries for books, but final like fantasy book I believe I have is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I've been hearing so many good things about this book for quite some time. It is like a girl at UNC? Yeah, UNC Chapel Hill. So it takes place in North Carolina, which is super exciting. At campus, like something goes wrong, and this girl, our main character, I'm assuming, finds out that she has powers and becomes part of the group called Legendborn. I think that's the general gist of it. I'm gonna buddy read this with Tori from Pages and Curls. I'll have her channel linked down below. I need to DM her so we can decide on a date to buddy read it, because I'm gonna get spoiled one day. Like, I swear I'm gonna log into Instagram and I'm gonna get spoiled, but it's fine. See, I opened the book and I flipped to a page, but I'm really excited and I'm gonna get to it this month. I promise you, this will be a book I get to this month. All right, and then the next group of books I have, I believe, are just like contemporaries. So I have some YA, definitely contemporaries here. You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, and then Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. You Should See Me in a Crown, I believe, is about a girl who wants to go to a prestigious university and doesn't have enough tuition money. Like, the tuition is very, very high, as it is here in America. And like in the town she lives in, prom queen and king are like really like coveted for some reason, and you get a like prize cash amount, tuition amount for winning prom queen and king, prom queen or king. If you win the prom title, you get some money for tuition. And I believe we're just following her story of trying to run and win prom queen. Pretty exciting. I've heard that it's just such like a sweet, fun read. I heard somebody talk about this book and I can't remember who it was. Really excited about this one, and I'm just ready for something wholesome. And then Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. This is a book about a trans black senior high school student named Felix. And Felix is dealing with some really severe and disgusting bullying, and people are using the former name, his dead name, I believe that's what it's referred to, the name that Felix used before he transitioned. And so he basically comes up with like a revenge plot to shove it to the bullies, and I'm very excited. Also, Case and Calendar is from St. Thomas, and a large majority of my family lives in St. Thomas, so that's pretty exciting. So, beautiful cover too. I love this orange, just saying. Kind of matches my eyeshadow too. All right, the next book, I definitely know who talked about this, and it was Chloe. It is Starfish by Kimmy Dawn Bowman. This is a contemporary, I'm pretty sure, because I know that this author just also recently, or is recently, releasing a fantasy novel, but I believe that this is contemporary. I do not know what it's about at all. I really don't. I just know that she cried to it, and I was in a mood buying books where I wanted to sob, so I bought it. And I'll let you guys know what I think of it. And we're down to the final two. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This one I'm already like, I've already started. I'm really excited about this one. It is a romance in which we are following a chronically ill girl, Chloe Brown, and a motorcycle bike rider named Red. Sure, I don't know. It is a contemporary romance. I'm really excited for this one, and I know it's a series, but it's not like a series following Chloe. It's a series following the other Brown sisters. I think there are 3 books, and I think I'll be able to relate a little bit to the story, hopefully find something good out of it, because I have heard it is kind of sad. I need to stop flipping through books. That's sad. And the final book is, again, one I talked about in my reading vlog. I'm just gonna have that video linked because I've been referencing it so many times, but it is Punching the Air by Ibi Zoboi and Yusef Salaam. This book is also really popular right now. I feel like I've heard a lot of people talk about it. This book is following a young 16-year-old, I feel like. He's like really young. Yes, boy named Amal. And he is convicted of a crime that he did not commit. And it is following his story of trying to prove himself innocent, prove his innocence. And we also follow, he's very artistic, and so even before the conviction he was really into like art and poetry, and I feel like he like really delves into self-expression while he is either on trial or in prison through his art, which I believe this book is told partially in verse, and there's like a ton of art throughout it. Like if you can see the, I don't know if you guys can see like the edge of the books, but the edge of the pages, but like if you flip through, like there are different illustrations throughout the book. So I'm very, very, very excited to read this, and this will be the second book in verse that I'll have ever read, which is very exciting. I didn't mind the verse format. The only other book I've ever read with verse is Clap When You Land. And I really did enjoy Clap When You Land. I'm not the biggest fan of stories where parents die because it makes me incredibly sad. So this one, I think it's gonna be hard-hitting, but also very impactful and talk about, you know, the way that the system works and all of its flaws. So I'm very, very, very looking forward and intrigued by this one. So those are all of the books. Again, not that I'm saying I'm going to read, I feel like this is like 15 books. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm gonna read all of these books, but I definitely am hoping to get a decent chunk out of them. I've also been on a really big audiobook kick, which I'm pretty excited about. I think that I'll be able to get through a lot more of these with listening to them on audio. That's gonna be it for today's video. I am going to be filming my January wrap-up pretty soon, and I have some amazing books to recommend in that video as well. And then also my February reading journal plan with me spreads for my bullet journal will be up soon as well. So those are some things you guys can look out for. And I will have everybody I mentioned in this video linked down below. Jessie, Tori, and Chloe. I will have all of their channels linked down below. They are amazing, amazing, amazing booktubers, so I highly recommend you guys check them out. And that's gonna be it for me today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great day, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh my goodness. If you guys made it this far into the video, this is Lola, and she apologizes for being so loud, but she can't help it.